Let's get to the big story that we're tracking this morning. Political war that's erupted over Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's jibe at Rahul Gandhi, where she said that his response to the budget was a UP-type answer. The Congress has targeted the Finance Minister and asked exactly what she means by a UP-type. The Grand Old Party said the Finance Minister has insulted the people of Uttar Pradesh and demanded an explanation. Shiv Sena has also joined that chorus. Our next report gets you all the reactions.
I think he's given that typical UP type of an answer, which is good enough for a MP who ran away from UP.
That was Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's jibe at Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who had dubbed Budget 2022 a zero-sum budget. She was endorsing the response from her deputy Pankaj Chaudhary, a BJP MP from Uttar Pradesh, calling his answer a typical UP-type reply.
जो बाद में आपने कहा कि राहुल गांधी को शायद समझ में नहीं आया होगा, यही बात सही है, क्योंकि इस बजट में सारे चीज़ों की सारी व्यवस्था की गई है। अभी मैडम सारी चीज़ का आंसर दे भी रही हैं। हर सेक्टर के लिए दूरगामी बजट है ये, निश्चित तौर से इससे देश को और भविष्य में फायदा होगा।
I think he's given that typical UP type of an answer, which is good enough for a MP who ran away from UP. Yeah, no, that's not right. I wish as a leader of the oldest political party, Shri Rahul Gandhi, please understand what has been said in the budget.
The Finance Minister, however, seemed to have shot herself in the foot with a tongue-in-cheek remark. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has accused Nirmala Sitharaman of insulting and making fun of people of Uttar Pradesh. Congress leaders have come out demanding an apology from PM Narendra Modi and Nirmala Sitharaman.
उत्तर प्रदेश के 25 करोड़ लोगों को अपमानित किया है निर्मला सीतारमन जी ने। मोदी जी और निर्मला जी को फौरन माफी मांगनी चाहिए। उत्तर प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड, बिहार, केंद्रीय हिंदुस्तान के इन प्रांतों के लोगों से।
यूपी टाइप, मैं यूपी से हूं, मैं जानना चाहती हूं यूपी टाइप क्या होता है? हमारी अस्मिता पर, हमारे सम्मान पर माफी मांगनी चाहिए आपको भी और आपके वित्त मंत्री को भी।
The Shiv Sena also echoed Priyanka Gandhi's words. Party MP Priyanka Chaturvedi took to Twitter and asked the Finance Minister to explain what she means by typical UP-type jawab. With first phase of elections less than 10 days away in Uttar Pradesh, Nirmala Sitharaman's jibe at Rahul Gandhi has dragged her party into a controversy it could have well avoided. Bureau Report, India Today.
And let's also get you all the other political updates we're tracking from Uttar Pradesh. Less than 10 days left for the first phase of polling in the state. And Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has intensified his attack at the Samajwadi Party and its chief, Akhilesh Yadav. Yogi took a jibe at the iconic Lal Topi of SP, saying that the red cap stands for rioters and history sheeters. Chief Minister Yogi also said that Akhilesh is Samajwadi by name, Parivarvadi by thought process and Dangavadi by profession. Taking a dig at the SP chief, Yogi Adityanath said that while the state had to fight the COVID pandemic, it also had to deal with pandemic-like elements that were promoting crime, mafia culture and anarchy in the election season. The two men, eyeing a chief ministerial stint, have engaged on a number of issues in recent months, from Yogi's Itrawale Mitra jibe at the SP chief Akhilesh Yadav to Akhilesh's Lal Topi Lal Potri will teach a BJP a lesson challenge.
नाम समाजवादी, सोच परिवारवादी और काम दंगावादी, यही तो उनकी पहचान है।
आप भारतीय जनता पार्टी से पूछिए कि उनके जो मुख्यमंत्री थे उन पे कितने मुकदमे थे, उनके डिप्टी सीएम पर कितने मुकदमे थे। अगर दोनों मुख्यमंत्री उप मुख्यमंत्री के अगर हम मुकदमे देख लें तो इतने तो आईपीसी में सेक्शन नहीं है जितने इन पे दोनों पे मुकदमे थे।
And this morning, let's also tell you what's happening in poll-bound Punjab, where the battle for the state is hit top gear. Bikram Majithia has accepted Sidhu's challenge to fight only from the Amritsar East constituency. Majithia has given up, in fact, his second seat to his wife, who's going to be fighting now from the constituency.
The fight between arch rivals Navjot Singh Sidhu and Bikram Majithia just got more fierce. The Akali Dal leader has declared he will contest elections from just one seat, Amritsar East, giving up his family bastion, Majithia, and taking Sidhu's dare head-on. Sidhu has earlier challenged Majithia to fight from just one seat, that is against him.
ਜੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ ਦਮ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਹੈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਛੱਡ ਮਜੀਠਾ ਤੇ ਆ ਕੱਲਾ ਲੜ ਕੱਲੀ ਸੀਟ ਤੇ ਲੜਨਾ ਲੜ ਹੈ ਦਮ ਇਹ ਗੰਦ ਪਾਉਣ ਆਏ ਆ
नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू का थोड़ा जो दिमागी संतुलन है हिल गया। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमको अधिकार देता है, मैं 2 से लड़ूं, मैं 3 से लड़ूं, मैं ना लड़ूं, उनका कोई none of his business.
Replacing Bikram Majithia from the Majithia constituency will be his wife Ganeef Kaur. Majithia, who has been granted protection from arrest by the Supreme Court till February 23rd in connection with a drugs case, faces an uphill task in Amritsar East. The Akali Dal has never fought elections from Amritsar East. The constituency has always been a direct fight between the Congress and the former Akali ally, the BJP. The Congress dominated with more than 50% votes in 4 out of the last 5 elections since 2009. In 2017, Sidhu won 60% of total votes. BJP's Rakesh Kumar Hani was able to get only 17.7% votes, while Aam Aadmi Party got 14.8% votes. The fight for Amritsar East will be the most keenly watched battles of Punjab. Sidhu has been targeting Majithia over alleged links to drugs mafia since his days in the BJP, even when they were allies. These elections are do or die for both. While Sidhu in the race for Chief Minister's job, for Majithia, his political future is at stake. Bureau Report, India Today.
For corruption.
And in Parliament, a fiery showdown over again the Pegasus controversy is likely today. Sources have told India Today that Congress MP Rahul Gandhi is expected to lead the charge against the government by demanding a discussion on Pegasus. The government so far has refused to discuss Pegasus in Parliament, saying that the matter is sub judice. Sources have also said that Rahul Gandhi's scheduled visit to the poll-bound state of Goa has been changed for him to appear and speak in Parliament. The Youth Congress is also expected to hold a protest in the national capital at 12 noon over this issue, over the Pegasus row. All of this being reignited over a New York Times report that stated that there was a deal between India and Israel back in 2017 over Pegasus.
लेकिन मैं सभी आदरणीय सांसदों से प्रार्थना करूंगा कि चुनाव अपनी जगह पे हैं, वो चलते रहेंगे, लेकिन हम सदन में ये बजट सत्र एक प्रकार से पूरे वर्ष भर का खाका खींचता है और इसलिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है। हम पूरी प्रतिबद्धता के साथ इस बजट सत्र को जितना ज़्यादा फलदायी बनाएंगे, आने वाला पूरा वर्ष हमें नई आर्थिक ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाने के लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ा अवसर बनेगा।
Now let's also get you the latest updates on the COVID front. We're seeing that cases are coming down, particularly in cities like Mumbai, and that's why the Maharashtra government has decided to ease curbs. According to these new guidelines, the night curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. has been lifted. Restaurants, theatres, beauty salons, swimming pools, theme parks, all of that can now operate on 50% capacity. Local tourist spots and weekly bazaars will remain open as per normal timings. Marriages will be allowed to have guests up to 25% of the capacity of the open ground or the banquet hall wherever the wedding is held. 25% audience is permitted in competitive sports and other such activities, including horse racing. Weekly bazaars will now remain open as per the normal timings. The financial capital has reported 803 COVID cases and 7 deaths in the last 24 hours, while the positivity rate stands at 1.6%. It's gone down to the single digits for the first time since December 2021. Nirmala Sitharaman's fourth budget had many sops for urban and young India, with a big focus on digital ecosystem for skilling and job generation. Nirmala pointed out, in fact, by the time India reaches 100 years of independence, half of our population is likely to be living in urban areas, and to prepare for this, orderly urban development is of critical importance.
Programs and partnerships in the budget for the year 2022.
Budget 2022. Envisaging and laying a roadmap for the next 25 years.
Tips for startups.
Readying India for freedom at 100. Aims at revamping India's urban landscape. With a push for skilling and jobs for India's young, ambitious and fulfilling the dreams of the upwardly mobile.
14 sectors for achieving the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat has received excellent response, with potential to create 60 lakh new jobs and an additional production of 30 lakh crore during next 5 years.
Nirmala also added that the boost to the urban economy will create 60 lakh jobs in 5 years.
AVGC Promotion Task Force. The animation, visual effects, gaming and comic, the AVGC sector, offers immense potential to employ youth. An AVGC promotion task force with all stakeholders will be set up to recommend ways to realize this and build domestic capacity for serving our markets and the global demand.
India's young can also look for digital universities with India's best education institutes joining force.
A digital university will be established to provide access to students across the country for world-class quality universal education with personalized learning experience at their doorsteps. This will be made available in different Indian languages and ICT formats.
The big focus is also on cleaner cities with mass adoption of electric vehicles and a massive ecosystem for battery swapping.
We will promote a shift to use of public transport in urban areas. This will be complemented by clean tech and governance solutions, special mobility zones with zero fossil fuel policy and EV vehicles.
The Finance Minister has allocated 18,000 crore rupees to boost public transport in urban areas. India can also hope for blazing fast next-generation internet services with a 5G rollout getting a 2023 end timeline.
Telecommunications in general and 5G technology in particular can enable growth and offer job opportunities. Required spectrum auctions will be conducted in 2022 to facilitate rollout of 5G mobile services within 2022-23 by private telecom providers. A scheme for design-led manufacturing will be launched to build a strong ecosystem for 5G as part of the production-linked incentive scheme.
Plans are also underway to boost ease of living through rollout of e-passports with embedded chips.
E-passports. The issuance of e-passports using embedded chip and futuristic technology will be rolled out in 22-23 to enhance the convenience for the citizens in their overseas travel.
Safe and luxurious rail travel will also be a reality with 400 new semi-high-speed Vande Bharat trains and Made in India covered safety net for 2,000 kilometers of rail network. Bureau Report, India Today.
It's a move millions of investors in India were waiting for. Cryptocurrencies have finally been classified as an asset class by the government, not by way of the much-awaited cryptocurrency bill, but via a 30% capital gains tax imposed on profits earned by their trade.
Millions of Indians invest in them. Billions of dollars have been parked in them. Yet cryptocurrencies had no legal standing in India until now.
For the taxation of virtual digital assets, I propose to provide that any income from transfer of any virtual digital asset shall be taxed at the rate of 30%, 30%.
This announcement by the Union Finance Minister has changed the game. For investors and market players waiting in the wings for months for certainty whether their crypto investments are legal, whether their gains will be taxed, whether their losses can be set off against other assets, the fog has lifted a little. Under the budget proposals, gains on cryptocurrency and NFT transactions will be taxed at a flat 30%. There will be no difference between short-term or long-term investments. No expenses other than the cost of acquisition are deductible. No losses in other asset categories can be set off against the gains here. A TDS of 1% will be introduced to track all transactions, and gift of crypto assets will be taxable in the hands of the recipient.
We have circulated a paper. Inputs are coming in. Public stakeholders are also talking about it. So regulation goes through that process. I don't wait till regulation comes into place for taxing people who are earning profits, can I?
Market players have mixed reactions on the tax move.
The biggest highlight of today is the clarity in whether crypto is legal or illegal, right? So it just, with taxing crypto just makes it legal. India being the talent hub for tech, and not just tech, in fact, a lot of other skills as well, gets the opportunity to be part of this and gets the opportunity to start building for this. That means a lot more job opportunity for India.
If you put such high taxes on crypto, it's definitely gonna dampen the trading activity. My worry is that if you put such high tax rate, it might also be counterproductive in some sense. I mean, people will have incentives to figure out some other ways to do trading because, honestly, 30% is a lot higher, and especially more than that, the 1% TDS, that's also not very productive to the entire industry.
Meanwhile, the taxation rate on cryptos puts them on par with game shows and lotteries, much higher than the capital gains charged on assets like equities and real estate. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
And that's all we have time for in this edition of First Up. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned to us here on India Today for all the top stories that we're tracking this Wednesday.